Okay, last one, number 6 in our sample problems. If a balloon has been flying for 24 seconds, how high would you expect it to be? Okay, there's two different things that you needed to have before you can tackle this problem. The first is, what do the x and the y variables represent? You need to know that first. So if we think, what does my x represent? What does my y represent? Well, it's super simple in a graph because it labels it. So our x represents our seconds. You just look on the x-axis. How do they label it? Well, seconds. How do they label the y-axis? Well, it's our height in feet. Okay, so that's the first thing we needed. The second thing we need is the equation. In order to actually solve this, we need an equation. Well, we have our equation right up here. So the equation is y equals 1 over 10 x plus 0.5. Okay, now the next question is, if we look at what they gave us, if the balloon is flying for 24 seconds, is that an x or a y? Is this an x or a y? Well, seconds, if we look, is an x, so it's an x. Okay, so that means I'm going to take my 24 and I'm going to plug it in for x. And the only other part to this is we need to make sure that we can actually solve this, making sure we don't make any mistakes with the plugin. So the way it would look is like this: y equals 1 over 10 times 24 plus 0.5. Now this is going to start looking weird, and this is where in high school math you got to get over the fractions and the decimals. Okay, it doesn't matter, everything's the same. How do you actually simplify something like this? Well, you multiply 24 times 1, right? Because remember, this is 24 over 1. You multiply 1 times 10. So 24 times 1 would be, so let's say it's going to be y equals 24 times 1 is 24. 10 times 1 is 10. So it's 24 over 10 plus 0.5. Well, this is getting to be a little bit weird looking, so what I'm going to do is defer to my calculator. Okay, and the easiest way to do that, so there's a calculator on your problem set, but if you're ever just stuck at home and you're not sure what to do, type in Google scientific calculator. And what comes up is a calculator that you can use just fine, but I actually prefer this one down here, Desmos calculator. So that's how you get to this calculator. Just go to Google and type for it. It's the first link. So what we need to type is this exactly, 24 over 10. So 24 over 10, okay, plus 0.5. Plus 0.5. It should look just like that. And what do we get? 2.9 is our answer. So what do we have for y? Y equals 2.9. And 2.9 what? Well, it's asking us our y, 2.9 feet. How high would it be? It'd be 2.9 feet. Now, your question asks you just to give the number, so you would just give this number for your problem, but what your the actual answer is 2.9 feet. See if you can apply that same idea to your problem.